Haven't even found a form. All right, so in the top 7 we have Viego, Poppy, Nyla, Gwen, Brom, Zillion, and Pike. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I missing anybody? Hang on, let me see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. That's all 7 of them. Who do you think is taking this win, Clutch? And to the pen, to the king, when the crown and the bling, when I ring. I said in my heart, the stars. Whoa, whoa. This is how the story goes. Whoa. It's going to be a good episode tonight, dude. One of these 7 is going home tonight. Is it going to be Viego? The slipperiest of everyone left on the beach. He's received, I believe, the 2nd most votes in the game. He's won a single immunity. And he's been targeted heavily, but he hasn't been able to be taken out. You have Poppy, who's like the hero of the season. She's done a really good job of navigating the votes, flipping sides when need be, and being able to correctly vote probably most out of most players, while simultaneously taking out major threats like Zeri and Misfortune. So Poppy's got a bit of a reputation. Nyla has been a bit of a goat, a bit of a purple edit, someone who hasn't really gotten a lot of screen time this season, hasn't really seen the spotlight as much as everybody else, and is still fighting for a chance to make it to the very end. And finally, Gwen. You have Gwen as well, who is very similar to Poppy in the sense that she had helped slain the most powerful players in the game up until this point, including people like Zeri and Zyra and Misfortune and Set. Like, Gwen was a part of all those votes. You have Brom, who is like the absolute challenge beast of the season. He also has not had his name written down at all. Nobody has written Brom's name down yet in this game. And then you have Zillion, who is... Brom's won 3 immunity challenges, by the way. If he wins tonight, it'll be his 4th individual immunity win, and he will go in the record books as one of the top best Survivor players of all time. Zillion is an absolute, like, advantage monster. He's found so many advantages this season. He's stolen idols out of people's bags, voted them out with it. He's been voted out of this game himself, but he found the advantage that brought him back, the Guardian Angel advantage. So Zillion continues to be a major threat and a problem. And then you have Pike, who he's somewhat similar to Nyla, and maybe he's had a bit of a purple edit, but he has been very much hand in hand with every single one of the votes, as well as being close allies with Viego and Gwen, who have continued to rage war against each other. If Pike, can get between them, we'll see. And it's going to be really interesting to see who wins this game, guys. So let me go ahead and pull up the proper screenshot now. You ready? This is episode 11? No. Hang on. Touch can't be, stop can't be, move can't be, rocked can't be, shook. We hot. This isn't episode 13. It's episode 11. My bad. We're almost done with the season. And the music turn on the light. You want a sip of Ripper? I got you, dog. And we gotta change the music as well. My dad pen's starting to get sticky. I hate that shit. I won't remove. I'm on avoiding I can't lose. So, who went home last week, guys, if we remember correctly? If you see there on the side, the last person to get voted out was Zeri, a beloved potential winner of the entire season. And has really brought a crossroads to this beach, because having Zeri slain, it opens up a ton of new avenues for how these players are going to want to vote people out this year. This episode is titled The Noise. And as you can see on our right, you can see the entirety of every single player who's been voted out, including the split that shows who is left in this game. Oh, let's see if we can center on the screen. No white lines. Perfect. Look how good I am at fucking putting Runeterra together. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to mute Monopoly for now as well. You move, can't be rocked, can't be shook. We hot. Let me move. Hang on. I want to move this. If I can grab it. Hang on. Yeah, this one. I want to put it up here. And then there's something I want to put back on my screen that we had that we keep getting rid of, or we put back. That's the chat box. Is that what this is? Nope, that's the wrong thing. How do you want to pull up big subwoofer in the back? Like, what's up with the windows out of brain? When somebody want to pull up? Hang on, guys. I just want chat box again. High delay is.
Damn near anything I want, I can afford it. Listen, never hustle backwards, always forward. Progression. I can multitask, always on the grind. I can walk and chew gum.
Always show messages, yes.
I ain't on hiatus, I ain't missing an action. I'm the center of attention, bitch, the main attraction. When I enter the turf, when I pull up, what happened? People gather around me like an ice cream truck. No cap. People always ask me what I do.
Okay, sorry. Chatbox is set up.
Like
I like in the YouTube videos being able to see Rooney's reactions when he's raging. It's kind of funny. Gwen! Cheers, guys. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Ready? Ready? I'll be once in the chat. The windows out of bread with somebody want to pull up. So far, vote out in this game: Gragas, Aurelia, Echo, Draven, Silas, Zillion. And then in the merge, since the merge has happened, Set, Samira, Misfortune, Lux, Zyra, and Zeri have all been voted out. I don't like the text color being purple. I lied.
Candy apple paint dripping classic green. Everybody eating, you can ask the
team. Fasting means
bumping tags is clean. Keep me something to smoke on. Bad bitch to poke on. Bass hit like an earthquake. You niggas hold on. I hit the block and roll on.
My bitch got ass like 218s. Her favorite Too Short song is in those jeans. Shake it, baby, if you like this song. Do a nasty dance every time they turn it on. It's got more bass than baseball. She down on her knees, she want a facial. I gotta give her what she want. Turn it up loud and let that shit bump. Everybody love the fun.
I said I had to put the chat box on the screen just so we can enjoy if you rage it all. No, I'm not saying rage on purpose. He rages on purpose. Alright, I need like island lo-fi real quick.
Big titty hooker, cocaine cooker, rooftop looker, looked out and saw TJ Hooker, jumped off the roof like Superfly Snooker. You know me, I'm up.
Oh look, this is like Survivor music. Cool. Alright guys, here we go. Welcome to Survivor Season 4, Episode 11, The Noise. Let's go ahead and show you our remaining contestants. Here's the top 7. We have Brom, Gwen, Poppy, Nyla, Viego, Zillion, and Pike. One of them will be going home tonight. This is our current breakdown from the last Tribal Council, with Pike and Viego on the bottom, leaving Gwen, Poppy, Nyla, Zillion, and Brom as the majority. Will they continue to vote together like they have for the last 2 votes? We will have to see. In the meantime, we get conversations. And the first conversation is going to be between Zillion and Nyla. Everybody can hear my voice okay? The music's not too loud or nothing? I can turn it down. First thing Zillion says is, something's different about you, Nyla. You've come a long way since day one. Nyla says, Viego has zero pull with the jury, but you, on the other hand, you are the next to fall. I'll see to it you don't come back this time. Alright, so Nyla's kind of talking her shit. Zillion's going all out, by the way. We haven't seen this splash art for him before. I like how incredibly powerful he is slowly beginning throughout the episodes. He has just gotten like better and better and better. And I think like the reality is like Zillion needs to be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. He has to be stopped. He has to go down. And he says, Nyla is coming for my crown. I'm proud of how far she's come. She was so timid at the beginning, but she's really evolved over the course of this game. So he recognized he might be in trouble. She even directly came to him and said something. And he respects her for it, honestly. Because like he's been with her since day one, and it's kind of crazy to see how far she's come, you know? We're going to hear from Gwen, who says, I confirmed with Viego we're going to strike down Zillion tonight. Once he's gone, the Ravus will stop working together. So, Gwen, from last week, found an idol in the woods. When she found the idol, or her and Viego found the idol in the woods at the exact same time, it resulted in this interaction. They ended up, let's see here. So they get into a fight. Gwen secures the idol. Viego begs her, says like, hey, he demand, what's it called? He gives his loyalty to her. She agrees for it and says like, hey, I'll fuck you up if you try to vote me out. And now she's planning on using Viego as her puppet. And then we flash forward now to this week, and she's already saying what she wants to use Viego for, and that's to take Zillion out. So Zillion has now got two people coming after him, Nyla and Gwen. And if she can get Viego to work with her, it's going to make it even worse. We cut to Viego and Braum. Braum comes to Viego, and he's scared. Look at him, he's sweating. He's using a pour to wipe his sweat off. He says, I'm worried about winning the immunity challenge. I don't think the Ravu 4 can continue. And Viego says, Zillion goes home tonight and we all sleep better. Or he says, goes home and we all sleep better at night. He looks very menacing, very intimidating. Viego has been really garnering a lot of power in the last few weeks as well. You're really starting to see like a lot of certain players rev up, and if they aren't taken out, they could ride that high all the way to the end of the season. And if they're sitting at the end, I mean, they got a good chance at winning fucking $1 million and being our first Survivor Runeterra champion ever. I've tried unsuccessfully to do this 3 times, guys. This is the 4th Survivor Runeterra season I have ever done, and we are hoping to finally finish it for once. It did go on like a almost 2-week hiatus because of Christmas and stuff, but this episode is ready for you guys, and I've already started working on the finale. The finale with the top 6 is going to battle it out, and you're going to get to see who goes home at top 6, who goes home at top 5, the final 4 immunity challenge, and fire making to determine top 3. And then we will have 1 week go by while everybody kind of discusses who they think should win, and then we will give the speeches and we will declare who wins the week after. So we only have like 2 more episodes of Survivor Runeterra left. We have basically 1 really big episode after this. That's going to be the biggest episode of the season. It'll include 2 tribal councils, a fire making challenge, a final 4 challenge, and that, yeah, it's going to be sick. And then the week after we'll have we'll see who wins. Basically, they're gonna like give their speeches. We'll hear from the jury on who they are interested on to win, and it's gonna be dope. So Viego says Zillion and Braum are foolish notions. The only person that I want out of this game is Gwen. I am no one's pet. The only person I kneel to is Isolde. She will pay for what she has done to me in this game. Doing this might break my alliance with Pike, but I don't care. From here on out, I will do anything to win. He wants free of Gwen. He wants Gwen out of this game. He doesn't care if the purples are already, down in numbers. He wants her gone. Viego goes to Pike and he says, I know how rocky things have been, but I need your help. And Pike says, our truce was until we defeated Braum and MF. The Ravu 4 is crumbling. Braum should be open tonight. And Viego goes, no, it needs to be Gwen. I know you two are allies, but she found the idol and she's dangerous. And he goes, she's basically assumed MS role now that she has an idol. Or he's basically assumed MS role now that she has an idol. And he says, Gwen has been my ally, but she also costed me Zyra and Samira. She's easily the best liar out here. She's everything Lux wanted to be. Trashigo. Gwen's got to go, dude. He's convincing Pike right now. Like, not only does she have an idol, she's basically taken MF's role by becoming Brahm's #1. She also did get Pike's allies of Zyra and Samira voted out of this game. She's also one of the best liars on the beach, something Lux always wanted to be. She has like all the high qualities, all the best qualities of everybody sitting on that jury. And if she's sitting at the end, she could probably convince them. And I think these two boys who are on the out are starting to realize that Gwen is a big threat to win this game. Something that maybe we haven't heard about yet. We've heard about Braum, we've heard about Viego, we've heard about Zillion. You know, we've even heard about Poppy. But now Gwen is starting to take her seat at the mantle as potentially the winner of Survivor Runeterra Season 1. And Viego says, if we don't do something about this, she'll cut us both loose and be the last Tika standing. And Pike says, she'll gain the reputation that Zeri would have had too. You've convinced me more than enough. Tonight we target Gwen. So the Tika boys are coming together and they're coming after Gwen tonight with full force, bro. Will it work? We'll have to see. Eat shit, Pike. You get manipulated like the biggest bitch I've ever seen. Smashing down Zeri is the best feeling ever. I feel as strong as an ox. Tonight we crush the remaining Tikas. Poppy is feeling real good about herself. She has been on a upswing in the last few weeks, just fucking being able to almost win challenge. She's been coming second in a lot of challenges, so for her to win her next immunity would be big for her. Also, she has been in the proper alliances for every single vote in the merge, and she has been successful in striking down opponents like MF, Zeri, and Zyra. Like, she has been killing it lately. Poppy is on a huge upswing to potentially win this game as well right now. And we're going to see a message from her. She's going to say, I feel really good. I got to transfer this energy into winning the immunity tonight. My second win, here I come. So for fun facts, if you guys don't know, Braum has 3 immunity wins. Pike has 1 immunity win. Viego has 1 immunity win. And Poppy has 1 immunity win. So if Viego, Pike, or Braum win tonight, it'll be their... Or sorry, Viego, Pike, or Poppy win tonight, it'll be their 2nd immunity win. If Braum wins, it'll be his 4th. So that's just to give you an idea of... And Zillion, Nyla, like, they haven't won a single immunity yet. Gwen has not won immunity yet. That's something that Gwen has struggled with all season. She has not won a single immunity. So that's to be noted. We hear from Gwen, and she says, of course, if Viego is feeling antsy, I might be forced to do something drastic with my idol. I would hate to cut my pet loose so soon. So she's chilling. She has a plan in place. But if Viego's fucking around and she smells even a slightest hint of fuckery, she's coming for him, bro. Finally, we're going to hear from Braum. He says, it's been so beautiful living on this island. I'm not ready to say goodbye, but this feels like my last time sitting around this fire. I must do something. So Braum he's feeling that antsiness that we've seen in multiple other players in the past. Silas felt it. Echo felt it. Fucking Viego felt it. Like, Viego was probably the last one to have this, like, I don't feel good. Something's in the air. Like, it's almost like it's like spidey senses. They can tell something's up. For him, it's pretty daunting. He lost MF, but he's been able to recover quite well. He still has allies in the game, and he's won 3 immunities. So he's just worried that if he doesn't win immunity, he'll definitely be next on the chopping block. He thinks he's a much bigger threat than anybody else in the game right now. And this is our kind of, breakdown. Everyone's kind of spread out. But you do see potentially Braum and Viego talking to each other. You see Pike and Gwen. You see Nyla and Zillion. And you see Poppy on her own. We'll see what happens. So I'm bringing it back. The Get a Grip Challenge. Hold on to the pole. Whoever holds on to the pole long enough wins. So fun fact, the last player to make it to the end of this challenge when we did it earlier in the season was Samira. She has been voted out. The last person to make it who is still in the game was Poppy. So we'll see if Poppy can take home this win now that Samira is gone. So here's everybody on the poll. This is the challenge, and what I'm going to do is I am Sorry. So Rooney's text chat's like in the way of this. I'm just gonna make it small, so it's not in the way. All right, big ol' cheers, guys. Who's winning this challenge? There's 4 Ravu left and 3 Tika. There's no more Pele in the game. Voting out Ravu members has been like pulling teeth. Like if you look at the 2 Pele members that have been voted out of this game, it was like incredibly impossible to even get them out in the first place. It was Echo who got an injury that got him eliminated, and then it was Misfortune. Other than that, oh no, not Misfortune, sorry. Who's the other green? I'd have to look it up. It's been so long. Oh wait, I have the list right here actually. What am I saying? Let me go right here. It was Aurelia. So Aurelia went home first due to Poppy, and then Echo went home to injury, and none of them have gone home since. Both tribes have had incredible losses. None of them have gone home, except for technically Zillion being almost voted out. So it's just kind of crazy to see how nuts these 4 have been. Meanwhile, these 3 have really interesting stories. And the fact that he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, and she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So if he goes home, what's going to happen to these 2? You know what I mean? Not to mention, he's won immunity. He's won 3 immunities. She's won immunity. And he's won immunity. So can this be someone's first, or is somebody else going to keep staking a claim? We'll see. So we get 10 minutes into the challenge. Everybody's good. You got to remember, this is like 24 days on Survivor now. They've been out there for like 3 weeks, mostly starving, except for like some of them who got to get a nice reward. And otherwise, they haven't really been eating a lot. We're going to get to 15 minutes. And these guys, again, grizzled warriors. Nobody's letting go of the poles. They're big chilling. Let's fast forward. We're getting to 45 minutes in now. All right, the challenge has been going on for a hot minute. And we're starting to see the effects. Braum shifts all the way to the bottom of the pole. Zillion shifts to the middle. Gwen shifts to the middle. Zillion shifts to the bottom of the pole. Nyla stays at the top. Poppy shifts to the bottom of the pole. So you get this big shift across the board. Pike and Nyla at the very top. Pike at like almost the top. But they're both locked in, and the challenge is going to continue. We're going to get to an hour and 15 minutes in, and we have our first drop, and it's going to be Zillion who drops. He has no shot at immunity, no shot at winning. Old man, I'm sorry, he just wasn't able to do it. And now that one person is dropped, Jeff comes over, he's like, I have an announcement. Whoever wins immunity will be taken to the sanctuary tonight, where good things happen, where you will be able to enjoy a feast of pizza, burgers, chocolate cake, soda, he says salad and soft drinks. And then, so like it's like burgers and pizza with salad and soft drinks, and then for dessert, chocolate cake. And it's like, oh shit, dude. That sounds like a fucking feast and a half. I don't know exactly what food it looks like to have on their plates, but it doesn't matter. So whoever wins this challenge, so now it's on. The final 6 competing are going to have a chance to get some good grub in them. Next person to drop, you see Pike shift down the pole pretty heavily. He's starting to really struggle. His legs are shaking more than anything. It's not him, it's his legs that are giving out. Meanwhile, Poppy is going to drop. Poppy has not eaten. She has not like won immunity in a minute. So she is fucking hungry, man. This is going to get to 135. It's going to get to 145. And then finally 150. We've been almost up there for 2 hours. Viego goes to the bottom of the pole. Pike drops. Gwen drops. Pike and Gwen are both out, basically dropping at the same time. This challenge is down to Viego, Braum, and Nyla. Nyla has not moved an inch. Braum has been hanging on for dear life trying to make his 4th immunity win. He knows how much he needs this immunity. We get to 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Nyla shifts a little bit down the pole. We get to 2 hours and 10 minutes. Nyla is going to shift again. She is getting antsy. Viego's climbing back up the pole a little bit. We get to 2:15. Braum drops. Braum can't move on. Now it's a battle between Nyla and Viego for the individual immunity and a spot at top, a guaranteed shot, 1 in 6 shot at winning this game, boys. Is it going to be Nyla or is it going to be Viego? Who's winning? Nyla shifts down the pole again. Viego shifts up the pole. He climbs himself to the very top and refuses to let go. 2:25, 2:35, 2:45, almost 3 hours. Viego finally starts to shift back down the pole. Nyla collapses last minute and is eliminated. 2 hours and 50 minutes in, Viego wins his second individual immunity, boys. I'm safe from immunity tonight. Or sorry, I'm safe. I don't know why I said from immunity. I'm safe with immunity tonight. Now's the time to strike down Gwen and take back control of my fate. I will be the sole survivor. Yeah, bad news for you, Rooney. Viego has survived and pulled out the immunity pole challenge, defeating the likes of Nyla in that 3-hour mark. Now he says, listen, 2 people, or I want you to pick 2 people to go with you, Viego. 2 people can go with you to the sanctuary tonight to enjoy pizza, burgers, salad, soda, or salad and soft drinks, and chocolate cake for dessert. But there's one more surprise. There's also going to be letters from home. Loved ones' letters. And whoever you choose are also going to get letters from home. So Viego chooses his first pick, Gwen. Gwen will also be joining Viego at the sanctuary for burgers, pizza, salad, soft drinks, chocolate cake, and letters from home. And Jeff says, pick one more. Standing in that lineup, right? Just so you see it. So Viego is going to the sanctuary, and Gwen is going to the sanctuary. One more of these 5 can go with him for all those things I just talked about. And he is going to choose Poppy. So Poppy and Gwen are going to join Viego at the sanctuary. Zillion, Pike, Braum, and Nyla got nothing for you. Head back to camp. So we're going to get to the sanctuary. Boom, there they are. They're enjoying their food. They're enjoying their salad, their pizza, and their soft drinks, and their wine, and they're having a fucking blast. So Poppy's going to drink a little bit, and she confesses to Viego he was the next to go home. But she'd be willing to send out Pike instead to try and keep their numbers up while also keeping Viego in the game, since he was nice enough to give them letters from home. Gwen agrees, and together they all decide, okay, we'll send home Pike tonight. Instead of trying to get out Viego because they want to keep the Ravu 4 together, they want to keep Gwen in the game. And so we'll have to see. It seems like not a half-baked plan. We hear from Viego, and he says, my brother told me it's been quiet at home, and he misses my noise. It feels like ages ago, but I remember being someone who could fill a room. I cannot let this island change me. I mustn't be afraid to get loud and speak for what I want. So, that is true in Viego's game, very much so. He is someone who hasn't spoken up at times to keep himself safe, which could be a smart strategy, but I think it's diminished his gameplay. He's gotten quiet. He's gotten complacent. And I think a loud Viego is what we're going to need in order to win this game before it's too late. Winning his second immunity, making a statement by taking Poppy and Gwen with him. Gwen, his original tribe mate, who he doesn't get along with, but has this new idol alliance with. And then Poppy, someone who he worked with together just 2 votes ago before she decided to rejoin the Ravus and start taking out the Tikas. And we'll have to see if, if this meal together with them pays favorable off for Viego. But right now, Viego can't go home tonight. He also is reminded that what his brother told him. We hear from Gwen, and she says, my husband told me to remember it's only a game and I need to be as cutthroat as possible, win or lose. No matter what, he'll always be proud of me. So, again, told to be more cutthroat. to go all out and to not worry about winning or losing, that no matter what, her family will be proud of her. So again, inspirational stuff for both of these players. They're going to get a big boost going into the top 6 this week. Now remember, Gwen can be voted out tonight, but she does have an idol, so we'll have to see. And finally, Poppy. She says, my mom told me to remember who I am. She told me I'm kind-hearted and I need to play with integrity and honesty. Follow my gut and I cannot fail. So they were all told different things from their family members that has now kind of boosted them into plus ultra mode. They are going all out to win this game. We will see. We're going to get a big conversation between the 4 remaining players on the beach while Poppy and Viego and Gwen are all enjoying their food. Pike comes to them and they're kind of like standing there like council members, and he goes, I know I'm the easy vote tonight, but I think Poppy or Gwen would make better options. And Zillion says Viego could actually convince Poppy. So he's saying like, hey, be wary of Poppy. Poppy could flip on us. And Brahm says, do you feel Viego and Gwen are better teammates than us? And Nyla says, I'm more concerned with Gwen flipping than Poppy. So they're not worried about Poppy. Nyla's worried about the real threat, which is Gwen. Pike knows that he's an easy vote tonight, but he thinks taking out Poppy or Gwen would be much better. So, like, if he can convince them that Poppy and Gwen are a threat, now Nyla thinks Gwen is more of a threat. Zillion thinks Poppy is more of a threat. And Brahm is just more concerned on whether or not Pike is actually a true ally. And so it's kind of like they can't really trust all 3 of them, and no matter what these 3 do, they can probably decide who goes home tonight, unless Pike flips on them. But it looks like Pike's trying to work with them, because he would rather not eat 3 votes. The Survivor music's fucking great, by the way. We hear Pike and he says, Viego will stir them into a vote for Zillion, finally slaying the master of tricks. The only thing that matters is my own survival. I have no idol or necklace keeping me here. So Pike is forging a plan ahead, and one step further from, approaching the council is to now approach them individually and see what he can gain from individual conversations. He talks to Brahm, and Brahm says, anyone but me. I don't carry that necklace tonight, and I won't let that stop me from making 4 immunity wins. And Pike says taking out Gwen would weaken Viego. So he's down to keep Viego as an ally, but also getting Gwen out of the way would be a really good idea for him, he thinks. Pike talks to Zillion, and he says, listen, kid, I too have no idols or immunity tonight. If I have to write down your name, I will. Zillion's pretty respectful and honest with him. And he says, I'm desperate, Zillion. I know you think I'm working with Viego after last vote, but I can assure you, Zeri was my #1 ally. So a pretty honest conversation between both of them. Pike reveals the information that Viego is not his #1, that Zeri was. And Zillion is like, hey, well, listen, man, I'm down to write you out, or I'm down to work with you, but I'm also like down to vote you out. You just gotta respect my game regardless of which way I play it. He finally talks to Nyla. Let me drink some water real quick. Okay. He says, Brahm and Zillion are desperate. They might swing at myself instead of Gwen. Nyla says we could take the sneaky route as well and strike down Poppy tonight. She wouldn't expect it. So Gwen might have an idol. Viego has immunity. Brahm and Zillion are so antsy they could throw their votes on anyone. They need a surefire vote. Poppy is a potential surefire vote. Poppy could go home tonight. If Pike and Nyla work together and sway these votes during all this chaos, they could take Poppy out. Hang on, I need some different background music for what we're doing. Go back to the top of this playlist and put it back on. It was perfect what we were listening to. Okay. So, yeah, and that's what these 2 are planning. Potentially Poppy is the safe vote. We've seen the safe option be the vote that people choose many, many times throughout the season. Excuse me, sorry. They're like, we could vote out Viego, but the safe vote would be Zara. We could vote out Viego, but the safe vote would be Samira. We could vote out Braum, but the safe vote would be Misfortune. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's been these times where they've wanted to target the big dogs, but been forced to do option B. And then even when there is times where they could go after option A, they're worried and they take option B anyways. So we'll see what happens tonight. If these two underdogs are going to swing for the fences or if they're going to go for the cheap shot. And we see Viego, and he says, letters from home. Food in my stomach for once. I'm ready for my third immunity. Tonight's vote is only removing the trash from this island I should have dealt with a long time ago. Tonight, I'm voting out Gwen. And Gwen says, Viego has immunity. He might try to take me out while I'm comfortable. So do I play my idol or target his number one ally in Pike? So Gwen was out at Sanctuary. She thinks it's still the original plan of potentially voting out Pike since Viego is still here. Or does she want to use her idol because she's worried that Viego might come after her? That's basically what her storyline is this week. We hear from Poppy, and she says, I'm thankful to Viego for bringing me on this journey, but I feel a major shift in the air. Only true warriors are going to be left standing after tonight. I'm this close to making it to the finale. I can't drop now. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We are going to be going to Tribal Council. Viego has immunity, his second individual immunity. You have Gwen and Poppy next to each other because they didn't really get any conversations in because they were at Sanctuary. And then you have Nyla, Braum, and Viego, and Zillion. And then you have kind of like Pike in the middle. So will Pike go with his original alliance of the Forsaken, the Forsaken 4 plus Gwen basically because Zeri is gone? Or will he team up with Braum, Zillion, and Nyla? Does he trust Braum and Zillion enough, you know what I mean, to not do anything reckless? Or do they need to go with an option B? There's 3 or 4 different plans up in the air, and it sounds like somebody's going to be getting taken out tonight in a brutal, brutal blindside. So here is our tribe. We have Gwen, Nyla, Viego with immunity, Braum, Zillion, Pike, and Poppy. One of these, why does it look like he's getting punched in the face? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these 6 players is guaranteed to go home tonight. Who's it going to be, chat? Who's going home? If it can't be Viego, Rooney, who's going home? Rooney, he can't go home. He's got immunity. So who's going home, you goober? Pike. Oh man, we'll see. Cheers, guys. Ready up emotes in the chat for the next player voted out of Survivor Runeterra. Man, dude, so let me get this straight. Gwen gets the idol first. He bestows his loyalty to Gwen. He still talks about voting her out, but he takes her on the immunity challenge, or he takes her on the reward, and allows her to get letters from home, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a letter from home to boost your game and help you win this game. And you still hate him, huh? It's fucking hilarious, bro. They're clashing heads, dude. The battle of Viego versus Gwen is going to be absolutely legendary. Legendary as they continue to battle and clash and try to take each other out, dude. All these other players are just kind of getting in the way at this point. We'll see. Anyways, first person. All right, so everybody goes up to vote. Boop, 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 boop. Everybody sits back down. If anybody has an idol and would like to use one, now is the time to do so. The camera zooms in on Gwen's face. Gwen just shoulder shrugs. She's chilling. All right. Let's read the votes. First vote, Zillion. 1 vote Zillion, 6 votes left. Second vote, Zillion. 2 votes Zillion, 5 votes left. Zillion. 3 votes Zillion, 4 votes left. Poppy. 3 votes Zillion, 1 vote Poppy, 3 votes left. Poppy. 3 votes Zillion, 2 votes Poppy, 2 votes left. Poppy. We have a tie. 3 votes Zillion, 3 votes Poppy, 1 vote left. 7th vote, and the 12th player voted out of Survivor Runeterra and the 7th member of our jury. Poppy. Pike, Gwen, or Viego lied to me. Betrayed by my original tribe. Whoever wins will truly be the biggest villain of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, Poppy is the 7th member of your jury. She is officially gone. That's it. That's all it takes. It's 4 votes. 4 people wrote her name down tonight and got her cast out of this game. And if you want to see who voted for who, I'm going to actually make that in the scorecard for the future so you can see who votes for who. So I think it would be cool. But if you want to know the vote breakdown, I can show it to you. The voting breakdown looked like this. So in the end, it was Viego, Pike, Gwen, and Braum who voted Poppy out, leaving Poppy, Nyla. Wait, hang on. Zillion didn't vote himself out. It was Zillion, my bad. It was these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Meanwhile, these 3 tried to fight out Zillion, and it didn't work. They were able to counterattack against Zillion, or against Poppy, and they were able to take her out, dude. She is officially the 7th member of your jury, dude. Look at that. Two more people will sit on this jury. Oh wait, I'm high. No, it would be 3 more people sit on this jury. Let's see if I can format this. Rest in peace, Railer. This is Railer's character. Voted out of Survivor and Terra. These are the top players left in the game, bro. So Viego again talked so much about not being complacent and wanting Gwen out, but he didn't vote her out. He didn't even pull the trigger. He did just to gain her trust to knock her down. Yeah, but he didn't even vote her out, bro. He worked with her to take out fucking Poppy. How can you say he's still a villain? There's only 6 players left